Gevaudan is shrouded in fear. This small region in the French countryside, lost among dense forests and dense hills, has become the scene of horrific events in a matter of months. People disappear without a trace, and the bodies of those who are found are mutilated beyond recognition. The victims are mostly women and children. Eyewitness accounts frighten even the most skeptical of the monster. The size of a large bull, moves with incredible speed. Its teeth are sharp as blades, and eyes are said to glow in the dark. But it is not only the beast that strikes terror into people's hearts. Rumors of secret powers, occult rituals, and a curse that has fallen upon the land of Gevaudan are everywhere. These events do not go unnoticed by the king, who is worried about possible riots. The scientist and naturalist Grégoire de Fronsac is sent to Gevaudan to find out what is going on and restore order. This man is known for his sharp mind and non-trivial approach to solving mysteries. He is joined by his faithful companion Mani, a Mohawk Indian with exceptional hunting and tracking skills. Their goal is clear: to find out who or what is behind the attacks and put an end to the horrors plaguing the locals. Arriving in Gevaudan, Grégoire and Mani are confronted with an oppressive atmosphere. Despair grips the peasants, while the nobles, who dwell in castles and manors, show irritation and distrust of the newcomers. The first encounters with the locals reveal the difference in outlook. For the peasants, a beast attack is a heavenly punishment, while the nobles consider it a matter that can be solved by force of arms. Grégoire, armed with logic and a scientific approach, immediately begins his investigation. The first thing he does is to examine the sites of the attacks. The bodies of the victims tell horror stories. Tears in the dense fabric, punctured bones, and claw marks all speak of the monstrous power of the beast. But Grégoire notices an oddity: many of the footprints don't match those of a normal predator. The size of the paws is too large for even the largest wolf, and the direction of movement suggests incredible speed. In addition, at one of the attack sites they find a metal shard, which later turns out to be part of the armor made for the animal. In parallel with the investigation, Grégoire gets acquainted with representatives of the local nobility. Among them stands out Jean-François de Merenge, a charismatic and mysterious man known for his passion for hunting. His presence evokes mixed feelings in Grégoire. On the one hand, Jean-François seems like an ally, ready to help in the fight against the threat. On the other hand, his views on life and hunting seem suspicious. Grégoire also meets Marianne, Jean-François' younger sister. Her exquisite beauty, kindness, and sharp mind captivate his heart. They gradually develop romantic feelings, but the difference in social status creates an insurmountable barrier between them. Sylvia, a mysterious woman who works in a brothel, is an equally interesting character. Her demeanor, her ability to elicit information, and her enigmatic smile hint that she knows more than she is letting on. As Grégoire tries to understand her motives, he realizes that she is playing a double game. Her presence adds an extra layer of intrigue to an already confusing situation. Mani, meanwhile, studies the surrounding woods and the habits of the beast. He finds tracks that confirm that the creature does not act like a normal predator. It avoids traps and attacks with the precision of a well-trained animal. One night, Mani notices a group of people performing a strange ritual in the forest. They are not just superstitious peasants. He sees nobles among them. They worship the beast, bringing it gifts and perhaps controlling its actions. Realizing he has discovered something important, Mani confronts the group. His hunting and fighting skills allow him to withstand his attackers, but the numerical advantage proves decisive. Mani dies, but fights to the last to protect the truth. His death is a heavy blow to Grégoire. He loses not only a loyal friend, but also a key ally in the fight against the monster. Overwhelmed by grief, Grégoire decides to continue the investigation alone. He realizes that behind the beast is not just a man, but an entire organization associated with occult practices. He finds evidence that the beast is not a natural creature, but an exotic beast brought from distant lands and trained to kill. This beast is equipped with metal armor to enhance its deadliness and make it invulnerable to arrows. After gathering enough evidence, Grégoire becomes suspicious of Jean-François. His strange behavior, interest in hunting, and penchant for cruelty make him the prime suspect. A confrontation between the two takes place at the Château de Marenges. Jean-François reveals his motives, explaining that he sees the beast as a tool to create a new order. His philosophy is based on force and fear. He is convinced that only through terror can an ideal world be built. A fierce battle ensues. Jean-François, realizing that he is lost, commits suicide, leaving Grégoire in a state of deep shock. But the story does not end there. After destroying Jean-François, Grégoire realizes that the evil is deeper than it seems. The beast is still at large and must be stopped. Grégoire, along with a group of hunters, tracks down the beast. The hunt becomes tense and dramatic. The beast attacks with fury, but thanks to Grégoire's dexterity and tactics, he manages to overpower it. The last shot ends the beast's life, bringing peace back to the lands of Gevaudan. Even after the victory, however, Grégoire feels that the incident has left a deep mark not only on the history of the region, but also on his soul. He realizes that fighting monsters, both real and human, requires great sacrifice. His story in Gevaudan becomes a reminder of how easily fear and power can be used to manipulate people, and how fragile the world is when it leaves room for evil.